Hi everyone, it's me, Jordan here, and you ever seen these infomercials or things they sell and it says as seen on TV? Why do they always have to say that? I mean, of course, if people were watching the infomercials, they would have seen how it was on television. Another thing I think is funny is they always claim, oh, you can't buy this at any store, and then it turns out the store ends up buying it from the manufacturer, and you end up buying it from the store eventually. But the topic of this video is more about how these infomercials work. Now, it always seems the networks always seem to contract with infomercials during the late hours at night, the early hours in the morning, depending to what network they are. But they always seem to do this. And it always seems to be one of these infomercials or one of these commercials for, I don't know, some skincare product, some exercise machine. It usually always goes off like this. Hey, it's me, Shrek here from the Shrek films, and I'm here to tell you that if you don't like getting pimples on your face, then try Ultra Clean. Ultra Clean works. You know, I used to be original Ogo with all kinds of pimples on my face, but after I took Ultra Clean, it cured my face. But the funny thing is, Jordan said about these infomercials is, it's almost if they want to turn themselves into some type of television show, where instead of just selling the product, they just recap everything they talked about before. And I get it. Infomercial is a longer extended version of a commercial. But the funny thing is, Jordan said, these infomercials always seem to be hosted by someone, always trying to advertise some product you never saw or heard from before. And the funny thing is, Jordan says, the television networks always claim that they have nothing to do with this infomercial that bought advertising time on their network during a way early hour in the morning, or whatever the case would be with some people, and they have no liability for what's said or done during that hour. Well, obviously they have no liability for the commercials either that they end up contracting with on a daily basis. I'm sure, but they don't go around telling you that the following commercials that they contracted, that someone bought advertising time for with them, they have no liability either. Yeah. It's always funny, they have no liability on the infomercials, but apparently they have a lot. They don't say that for the original commercials. The point goes, Jordan said, these infomercials always seem to be pushing, always seem to have some type of, I don't know, health product, skincare product, or exercise machine, or cooking appliance that you never heard of before, and that you probably won't hear of again unless you watch that show. I mean, seriously, it's like these infomercials are trying to compete with the Home Shopping Network or whatever, you know? That's the only television network where that's the whole thing they contract with, are infomercials and commercials. But the funny thing is, Jordan said, they don't let up. I mean, you could pretty much know that you pretty much know that even though they got this early time slot, they're going to milk it for whatever it's worth. You want the Lord Zed cooker. The Lord Zed cooker does very well. I mean, it takes a lot of fat out of all types of meats. It does good with fruits and vegetables. It also does good with other stuff. Well, you may have heard of George Foreman grill or the George Foreman rotisserie oven. You never heard of the Lord Zed cooker. You want to get the Lord Zed cooker today. This really works. And by the way, we have a dead time plot, so I'm trying to milk this, because I'm pretty sure the only people watching are insomniacs or receivers with a DVR recording right now. But otherwise, we're still getting some viewership. So, call now. And you know the other funny thing is, Jordan said for in this video, these companies that own these products always seem to accept the following credit card companies: Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discovery, Capital One. It's like they don't accept regional debit. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jordan said that they accept regional debit, you know. But, seriously, why is it that they only seem to accept credit and not debit? I never figured that out. Maybe they do accept debit, okay? But you've asked anybody who's ever bought anything from these people, if they paid debit, I don't know. Personally, Jordan said I only do debit on stuff. But it's always funny about how they seem to have, sorry for that, they only seem to support these following credit unions. So that seems to be funny, but weird at the same time. So that's it with me, Jordan says. I'll see you all later.